Okay, we're live. Looks like we're live. This is going to be a quick stream. Using the new radio mic, which finally arrived from Glasgow via Hong Kong. Strange thing with this microphone. At first, I wasn't particularly impressed by the quality, but I eventually tried the thing in the line-in input. I figured it might be a line-in level, and that worked really well on this PC when I was using Ubuntu Linux in an effort to sidestep the operating system crashing because of these Logitech webcams, and I got the sound pretty good in Ubuntu. Likewise, on this machine here behind me, I tried the same radio mic with macOS Sierra with Open Broadcaster in the line-in on the back of the machine, and it sounded pretty good. The levels, it didn't distort. It seemed to distort when it was in the mic input, but it sounded pretty good in macOS on that machine and Ubuntu on this machine. And it sounded pretty good in Windows 10 on that machine through the line-in. So the three scenarios I had set up with this mic sounded pretty good until I went back to this machine here, and through the line-in it was really low, but I couldn't do anything about it. So in the mic input on the back of this machine, it sounds reasonably good. It's very confusing. I don't know if anybody's got any ideas why that is. So the same machine, when running Ubuntu Linux with the receiver, the wireless receiver and the line-in input in the back of the machine, sounded great. In Windows 10 it sounded low. I tried downloading Realtek audio drivers direct from Realtek. Same thing. Didn't make any difference. Puzzling. So it's in the mic input on the back of the machine, so if you find any problems with the audio, let me know. So without further ado, what we're going to do here, I won't get much of this done tonight, however, but look at this box of goodies here. On the other camera. Look at this. Ooh, look what we've got here. U-switch. Stereo. Adaptus. That's the... where does this bit go? That goes in the operating system ROM socket. Rapidus. Some bits. VBXE. CPU adapter for Rapidus. Ultimate 1 megabyte as featured in previously uploaded video showing you how to replace the right angle header. And a screw and some cables. And all of this, I mean, look at this. This is going to double the weight of the computer. All of this is going to go in here on this motherboard here. The CPU is socketed, and I don't think I'm going to be replacing that. What else is socketed? Pokey socketed, but the operating system and the MMU aren't socketed, so we're going to have to put sockets on those. I haven't been online for a while. This room was completely falling apart in the corner. Well, prior to that, in the last, I think it was the last live stream I did, I talked about the fact that I was going to go to my stepdaughter's house and help tidy it up, and it was horrible. But it's done. It took a week, and it's looking pretty good. But I didn't get any videoing done. I would come back from the flat intending to do a live stream. I did schedule a live stream actually. It was about 3 weeks ago. Be 3 weeks ago tomorrow. But I just could not be bothered when I got back. Just not in the mood. And then shortly after that little drama, I decided to sort this room out because it was the corner. There's some pipe work in the corner that's boxed in, and there'd been some maintenance work done on it a few years ago, and when they put the box work back on, they just made a complete mess of it. So I worked on that, sorted the corner out, painted the walls, and it looks very nice and it's very comfortable. But now the way I've got the cameras, you can't even see the corner anyway, so what was the point? But never mind. I'm going to get a full-size tripod, so we may yet see a different camera angle. But this, you don't want to hear about all that. I mean, you may not even want to hear about this, but we're going to try and get this operating system chip off the board before I have to take my leave. So we'll flux this up, and you're probably not going to see very much because of the position of the camera, but I'm pretty sure this solder pump's just about at the end of its tether. I would love to be able to use the hot air to get these chips off, but I did try, just out of curiosity, to see what would happen on one of these Atari boards if I tried to heat gun a 40-pin IC off the board, and it completely cooked the PCB underneath. It was totally delaminated, mangled. So much for that idea. Oh, I hate these solder pumps. So yeah, 3 weeks passed and not a stream in sight. So I'd almost given up on this radio mic turning up, and I'd got really sick of wearing that headset thing. And I'd put an item not received thing in to eBay on the assumption the thing was never going to arrive, and the same day that eBay refunded me, the mic turned up. Now normally that would make me feel pretty guilty, I normally feel pretty bad about that. I'll just move this camera a little bit. There we go. But in this instance, I didn't feel too bad, because I'd bought the camera on the understanding it was being dispatched from Glasgow in the UK, and it clearly came from Hong Kong, so I got it for free. And do I feel bad about it? I certainly do not. Arguably it's worth what I paid. But this really does piss me off. You go on eBay to try and find something that you need in a hurry. In this case, a radio mic. And choose it on the basis of the location. And wait 3 or 4 weeks for something to ship from the Far East. Even though it was supposed to be in the UK, so I ain't got no sympathy for them. None at all. But it's actually not too bad. It's an FM transmitter. Of course it uses a 9-volt battery, which I didn't have any in the house, so I had to buy some. And I've got spares as well in case it gives up halfway through a stream. And once I'd realised it was supposed to plug into the line in input rather than the mic input, things, yeah, it seemed like a bargain. But what the hell is going on with this machine? Because it prefers to be in the mic socket. Isn't that odd? I have no idea why, because I don't know anything about that stuff. If we can get this, chip off tonight and get a socket on it, I'll be reasonably pleased. I think I'll add a bit of extra solder on the front edge to ease the process a little bit. Both these webcams are on tripods now. There's a video on that as well. I should probably make a video on using multiple Logitech webcams with Open Broadcaster Studio on Windows, Linux and Mac OS, because I've set up the exact same setup on all three systems. I'm going to move along a bit because my head's getting in the way. Each have their pros and cons. Linux had a habit of, or has a habit, it works, everything worked, but it has a habit of every time you start up Open Broadcaster, the input devices have reassigned themselves, have got themselves mixed up. It's very strange. So what was originally a microscope, what have you, was a webcam and vice versa. I think I'm going to put this camera back where it originally was, you know. I'm going to put this camera back where it was. Oh, brilliant. Okay. Does that work? There we go. That's better. That's it. That way my head doesn't keep intruding into the picture. There we go. Right. Come on, chip. I think this solder pump's knackered. I seem to remember saying that about 3 weeks ago. I didn't do anything about it. Come back to those pins. I wonder if I might use the hot air when the solder is off. Nah, I better not use the hot air anywhere near this thing. Is this thing even making a vacuum of any sort? It appears not. Jesus. This is the most miserable job. This has to be knackered. I wonder if this needs cleaning out. Let's see if my solder pump needs cleaning out. Ugh. Ugh. Are you clogged up? Yeah, you are a bit clogged up. What the hell? Right, let's try this. If this doesn't work, we're gonna buy a new one. Right. Let's see what happens. Ah, yeah. That's better. Must have been blocked up. Oh, yes. We could yet get one chip off the board in an hour. Calip soldering station, meanwhile, it's pretty good. Still works. I haven't measured the temperatures of the iron and the hot air yet. I should do that. But it still works. Right. Ostensibly, the solder is out, and we have to. What I like to do is go along and move the legs, because they're invariably stuck to one side either of the plate through. Just flick them away, see if they move. If the legs move, they're probably free. That one isn't. That one definitely isn't. I'll put a bit more solder on that one. My suction has definitely improved. I need good suction. Without good suction, you're nowhere. Which pin is that one? 7? I think it is. Yes, it was 7. Was it? Mm-hmm. Is it ready to lift? Yeah. Pins 6 and 7 on the back. On the back? On the front. Pins 6 and 7 on the front. So a little bit reluctant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're full of solder as well. I've got a feeling this thing's going to look like an octopus when it comes off the board. Alright. Are you ready to move yet? More flux. there. Still plugged up. Which one are you? Right. Come on. Come on. You want to move. Oh, this is stubborn. There we go. Backside come up cleanly. Now what about the front? Come on, front. Come on, front. Do it. Whoa. There we go. Hey! No damage. Excellent. That's what I like to see. Always never fails to excite that moment when the chip pulls off. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's show you this. There we go. Isn't that pretty? What a beautiful sight. You can see daylight through all the holes. Okay, so we'll give it a little bit of a clean up. I don't think there's not much residue there. I got a cotton bud. Nice and clean. Ugh. Flux on my hand. Okay. Does Linux knocks the clock back by an hour as well. Then I will wash my hands. That's better. Right. Put the socket on. Let's use the one that Atari puts in his kit. There we go. Go. Socket in. I'm not going to flux the back of this. I don't think it's really necessary. Corners first. Give me a second chance to make sure the thing sits flat, which it does. Don't really need to take the basic chip off with this modification. Once Ultimate 1 megabyte installed, the internal basic ROM's ignored anyway, so we can just leave that where it is. I'll set the clock right on this computer. I'm being triggered. There we go. 22:09, which means I have about 15 minutes left before I have to wrap up, unfortunately. But we shall return. We shall return for a mammoth marathon session of installing all this stuff. And then we'll see if the thing still works. I have no confidence that this thing's going to work without quite a lot of troubleshooting. Absolutely no confidence whatsoever. But we'll see. What I think I'll do before the next stream is crimp and crimp and crimp. So we've got plenty of cables. Because I hate crimping. Plenty of ready crimped cables. This looks okay. And there we are. I'm trying not to stab the monitor with the soldering iron. Where are you? There we have one lovely precision socket. Isn't that nice? So we can... Let's test fit this thing. So this is the Rapidus board. Now, let's see how this thing is going to go together, because we can have a little look now. Just got the socket in. So, let's have a look. This is going to be quite some contraption. Right, this goes in here. Right. This oh. Oh. Oh no. No. That can't be right. No. Rapidus must go the other way around. It's got to go the other way around because it won't fit. This way on. Can't go in that way. No. Oh. So you're telling me that the Rapidus goes in this way? Or do you go in that way? No, that's ridiculous. It can't possibly... No. Let's have a look. Is there even a picture of this thing? Anyway. How can we... Is there anything on his website? Let's have a look. Right, let's have a look. Special adapter. Right, well, this oh. No. What the fuck? Right. This picture shows the... oh no. No, this shows the adapters board in the top corner of an 800XL. Yes. And the CPU goes in the normal orientation. Yes. So. Right, okay. So. It goes in like that. Right. And then if the CPU goes in there, this is where the Rapidus goes. Correct? So you can take the socket out of the bottom so that we know what we're looking at. Right. Oh god, this is going to be such fun. Come on. Come on. Get the thing to go in the hole. There we are. Right. Come on. Come on. Right. There we go. So that is... okay. There we go. So that goes in the top corner of the board. Right, that goes in the top corner of the board. Now, oh, here's the case. Case the computer. Yeah. Put the board in the case. Just gonna fit. Oh, it fits. Oh, thank God. Oh, it fits. Right. Alright then. Right, so that goes there. The NCL CPU. Right, so this comes out. I really didn't think that was going to fit, but I'll give credit that that would have been pretty stupid if it didn't fit. That would have been too good, but no. Right, and here we go. And there. Right. And we've got a ribbon cable with no orientation on it. It obviously has to go in that way. Pin 1 being red. Why is this so long? Why is this cable so long? Pin 1. There we go. Well, something like that. And then the CPU will go in here. There we go. CPU. And then the... what's wrong? Oh my God. Ugh. You're gonna go in there for the ultimate 1 megabyte. God, how the... That's... That's a nice cable. That's a nice cable. So how... So our ultimate 1 megabyte, which I would normally put up here, has to go somewhere over... Oh, fuck. Alright, we'll remove this. We'll put that here, but the cable is never going to reach. So as usual, I'm going to have to make a new fucking cable. Alright. Okay. That's fine. The Pokey doesn't snag on anything, does it? No. Well, no. System stability. This is going to be a very stable system. Yeah, alright. This is going to be fun. How do I get this off? Jesus. Alright. This is going to be interesting. So I'm going to have to make a new cable for the OS-ROM ribbon, because this one isn't going to reach over the other side of the board. I didn't think I was going to put the ultimate 1 megabyte at the other side of the board, but I've got no choice. So yeah, interesting. It's going to be a fun build. Well, nobody is screaming about audio being unintelligible, so I'll assume it works. And with that, there's someone at the door. And with that, I'm going to get out of here. So, hope you enjoyed it, and hope you join me for the next stage of this insane machine. Okay, so until then, bye bye.